As Prime Minister Modi leaves for a highly strategic visit to the United States, on the agenda is the United Nations Summit of the Future, as well as the 4th Quad Leaders Summit. Amidst growing Chinese aggression, Quad nations consisting of the United States, India, Australia and Japan are stepping up cooperation in maritime security as well as critical and emerging technologies. Indian Prime Minister Modi will attend the Quad Leaders Summit on September 23rd, being hosted by US President Joe Biden in Delaware, Biden's hometown. Also in attendance at the high-stakes meeting will be Prime Minister Albanese of Australia as well as PM Kishida from Japan. Now there's one thing uniting all these global powers, and it's the threat of aggressive Chinese expansionist ambitions to maritime security and rules-based international order. The venue is also significant as it showcases Biden's personal investment in building ties with fellow Quad leaders. John Kirby reiterated on September 18 that, quote, "We believe that you'll see coming out of this summit that the Quad is more strategically aligned and more relevant than ever before," unquote. Kirby further stated that Biden has made it a priority to invest in rebuilding America's network of alliances and partnerships across the Indo-Pacific. Adding even more significance, this will be Biden's farewell summit, where he will be holding bilateral meetings with all the leaders individually. New Delhi will be hosting the next Quad summit. Meera Rapp-Hooper, White House National Security Council Senior Director, said, quote, "This year's Quad summit will feature ambitious announcements in the areas in which the Quad has grown and is used to working, and where Indo-Pacific partners prioritize the Quad's delivery," unquote. So what's on the agenda? The major talking points will focus on maritime security, high-quality infrastructure, critical and emerging technologies, climate and clean energy, cybersecurity and health security, and humanitarian and disaster response. The White House revealed that China will be high on the agenda, as leaders will discuss challenges that still exist in the Indo-Pacific region, caused by aggressive PRC military action, as well as unfair trade practices and tensions in the Taiwan Strait. India, along with other Quad nations, are expected to issue a bold warning on rising tensions between China and its neighbors in the South China Sea. Other issues of global importance like ongoing wars in Gaza and Ukraine will also be discussed. Quad, which is a coalition of like-minded democracies, will be coordinating actions to formulate a maritime security architecture in the Indo-Pacific in the face of Chinese maritime bullying. Looking at growing number of Chinese vessels foraying into the Indian Ocean, the maritime awareness domain has been extended to this region as well by the Quad to bolster security and keep a check on illegal activities. Previously, on the Quad foreign ministers meeting on the 29th of July in Tokyo, the group issued a statement which was an open rebuke against Chinese aggression, saying, quote, "We are seriously concerned about the situation in the East and South China Seas and reiterate our strong opposition to any unilateral actions that seek to change the status quo by force or by coercion," unquote. In a loud and clear message to China, Washington and Tokyo unhesitatingly labeled the country as the greatest strategic challenge and criticized Beijing for having a foreign policy that seeks to reshape the international order for its benefit at the expense of others. In an increasingly multipolar world, New Delhi is walking a tightrope. On one hand, it maintains a decades-old relationship with Moscow, and on the other is nurturing a robust and critical military alliance with the West, led by the United States. India's peace plan to resolve the war in Russia and Ukraine will also feature in the talks between the Quad leaders. The United States considers India a leader in Quad, saying, quote, "When it comes to the role that we expect India to play, we expect and indeed see India as a leader within the Quad," unquote. Apart from this, the four leaders are expected to launch a Cancer Moonshot initiative to fund research, prevent, detect, treat and alleviate the impact of cancer on patients and their families. So how crucial is Quad for India as a counterweight to Chinese expansionist ambitions? Leave a comment with your opinion, hit the like button and remember to subscribe to Inconnect News.